Okay, now we are moving to the unguided media. Right now, up to this, we have known as the physical media, that is a guided media. Now we will learn about the unguided media. First one is the okay. What is unguided media? Okay, I have explained that one. Okay, so infrared. Under this infrared communication, we will talk about. So infrared or IR is the region in the electromagnetic spectrum between the radio waves and the visible light. Okay, you are able to see that one, this picture, this one. So first is the microwaves is there. Okay, okay, under the between actually the visual region and the radio signal region, under this the infrared is coming. So it is invisible to the human eyes, but can be seems to be sensed by the special devices. Okay, so example you can see when you press the remote, on the top of the remote there is a one bulb is there, that is actually giving the signals to a set-top box. Then the red light will be turned into the green one. Okay, that kind of a signal is actually is a you can say the infrared. Okay, okay, IR signal cannot be penetrate the wall. So in computer, IR signal are used for the shorter distance communication. Okay, now coming to the radio waves. Okay, so radio waves are ideal for the communication system where cable installation is difficult or costly, where the users are mobile. Okay, so however the bandwidth is limited and the communication is prone to the electromagnetic interference. Okay, so what are advantages over here in case of radio waves? So inexpensive mode of information exchange. No land is required over here for the laying of a cable. So installation and maintenance devices is very cheap. So what are the disadvantages we are facing? So there are some disadvantage of radio wave transmission is there. Insecure communication media, prone to weather changes like rain, thunderstorm. When the thunderstorm is occurring, if you are turning on your radio, okay, you are able to see frequency it is not matched, or there is some distortion or noise is there. So that is the problem. If you are using Tata Sky or any this kind of a devices, you are able to see when there is a rain, it will be not, you are not getting the signals. So that is actually the main disadvantages of the radio communication. Okay, now coming to the microwave communication. Okay, so microwaves are a high frequency electromagnetic signals used for the longer distance communication. The transmission consists of the transmitter and the receiver. So what is transmitter? Who transmit the information from one into another, and receiver who will receive that kind of a signal, and requires the line side between these two. So it is less vulnerable to the electromagnetic interference and provides the greater bandwidth. Okay, there are two type of microwave communication is there. One is the terrestrial one and one is the satellite one. Okay, so terrestrial provide the communication usually across the shorter distance. Okay, transmit a signal up to 10 kilometers. Okay, and in case of satellite, especially satellite dish servicing the antenna used to transmit and receive signals over a overage of satellite. That is a more expensive one. Okay, so what are actually the advantages? Microwave transmission are cheaper than the cabling. Its land acquisition is not there. Communication over ocean can be achieved through the microwave transmission. Okay, what are the disadvantages? Out phase of signal. A signal can be moved out of the phase using the microwave transmission. Okay, now also bandwidth is limited. Allocation of the bandwidth is limited in case of the microwave transmission. Okay, so now comes to the satellite microwave communication. So is a satellite is a physically object that revolves around the earth at its known height. The satellite communication are more reliable nowadays, offers a greater flexibility than the cable one. Actually, how it is work? This satellite concept the signals that is transmitted from the earth station, and it is amplifies the signals. The amplified signal is retransmitted to the another earth station. Okay, in this way actually it is going on. So what are actually the advantages of that? So it covers at a larger area. Transmission cost of the satellites is independent of the distance from the center of the coverage area. Satellite communication used in mobile and wireless communication. It is very easy to install. So what are the disadvantages? Satellite designing and development requires more time and higher cost. Satellite needs to be monitored and controlled and regular periods so that it remains in the orbit. So life of a satellite is about 12 to 15 years. Due to this reason, another launch of a satellite has to be planned before it becomes a non-functional. So it is very, very difficult also. Now one type of satellite is there under this, that is a geo satellite, that is same kind of a satellite communication. Okay, so what is geo satellite? That if a satellite is placed at a such a altitude in a circular equatorial orbit, it would appear to as a stationary to someone on someone's on the surface of the earth. Such a satellite is known as the geosatellite, or you can say a geostationary earth orbit. It is a very, very important question will come from this. Okay. Okay, now different two devices are there, that is hub. Okay, so hub provides a common connection point for a network devices connected in a physical star topology. What are the function? Transmission, so hub receive and transmit the data packets. Node isolation, a hub isolate the individual cable from each other. Okay, error handling, a hub recognize error conditions and disconnect the malfunctioning node. Okay, signal recognition, a hub is regenerated, retime the signals, thus cleansing the signals of a noise before broadcasting the other nodes. Okay, now network operating system. So what is actually the networking operating system? It is under the network software part. So a network operating system, or NOIS, is a computer operating system that is designed primarily to support the workstation, personal computer, and some instance other terminals that are connected to the local network. Okay, so I am giving these details in brief because it is not in a larger scope, but right now it is not hidden. In higher studies you require this one. Okay, so what are actually the basic function of this network is, network operating system is maintain the connectivity between network devices and coordinate their activities. Number 2, provide sharing of data and the network resources such as printers and scanners. And number 3 is ensure data and device security on the network through the centralized administration. Thank you, students. I am ending my lecture over here.